Good morning, I'm Maddie Jansen, and this is the podcast of 17 News at Sunrise. It's everything you need to know to start your day in about 15 minutes.
Empire. This is 17 News at Sunrise.
Good morning. Right now at 5, monitoring the coronavirus. Schools across the county are monitoring the spread of COVID-19 and making decisions before it comes to Kern. What districts are doing to keep your kids safe, plus the decision Bakersfield College and CSUB made to prepare for the worst.
Shutting down the two most popular theme parks in California prepare to shut its doors amid health concerns. Why these closures are significant and how it could impact your spring break plans.
And we're watching Wall Street this morning. The Dow Jones plummeting 10% to nearly cap off one of the worst weeks for stocks. What could happen to your investments, jobs, and the overall economy? Today is Friday, March 13th, 2020.
Well, good morning. It's 5 a.m. I'm Nicole Gitsky in for Maddie Jansen.
And I'm Alex Fisher, and we're taking a look at your forecast on this finally Friday. We've made it, everyone. It has been a wild week, especially in the weather department.
Yeah, an area of low pressure that just doesn't want to go away. And overnight, I woke up to some pretty moderate rain out in the southwest part of town. And we're seeing some of that rain still affecting the mountain communities, trying to make its way into the Bakersfield area. And again, this is going to be the case this morning before this low kind of exits to the east of us. But again, swinging some of that moisture our way. We're at 58 degrees on the temperature right now. We have a light wind out of the east, southeast at 7. I've got a 30% chance of those showers in there this morning, then should taper off this afternoon. Clouds are going to hang around, and we are expecting some 70s by the afternoon. We've got 45 degrees in Tehachapi right now, an east wind at 5. We will keep the showers around for the early part here, and then drying out as we progress into the afternoon. And we are expecting the 50s throughout the afternoon as well. We'll talk much more about your weekend forecast. That's coming up in just a little bit. But first, we'll send it back over to Alex.
All right, Kev, thanks so much. And let's take you outside for the first time this morning to the 99 near White Lane. And as you can see, things are looking pretty good on that side of town and traffic is smoothly running. Just keep in mind that you may run into an isolated shower here or there across Kern. And your commute, though, is looking pretty good across the county. We'll have another check coming up in about 15 minutes. It is 5:02 now, and as of this morning, schools in Kern County have not canceled classes.
But as they wait for guidance from the State Department of Public Health, some are heading online. 17's Taylor Schaub joins us with an update.
Good morning, Nicole and Alex. Cal State Bakersfield and Bakersfield College made their decision last night to move some of their classes online. At BC, the campus has upped their sanitation stations and also began promoting healthy habits among students.
Our goal is really to get those students to complete the semester on time. So we're coming up with creative strategies to achieve those student learning outcomes. It is not our goal to delay anybody completing their courses.
CSUB, similar precautions are in effect. Students are in the middle of midterms, so the campus is allowing students to do in-class exams until the end of the week. Starting Monday the 16th, teachers will have 4-day work weeks to convert their classes to online. There will be no class on those days. Following the 4 days, most classes will be converted to online with the exception of art classes and labs.
We know that this is going to be a time of transition that oftentimes will cause stress for students, but we do feel this is about the best that we can put together in terms of a best practice for responding to the anxiety that's in the environment about the virus.
Students at residence halls will also be able to stay there, and dining services will remain open. So as of right now here in Kern County, the high schools, they are open, and then the colleges, they're converting classes to online, but they remain open right now as we have not seen a case here yet in Kern County.
All right, thanks so much, Taylor.
Thank you.
All right, your time now is 5:04, and it isn't just college campuses that are trying to find a way to deal with the coronavirus. The Kern High School District has canceled all athletic events outside of Kern County. It has also put additional sanitizer stations across campuses and have advised its cleaning staff to undergo additional cleaning procedures. The Bakersfield City School District says they have also increased cleaning efforts and are currently focusing on educating their students to wash their hands more often.
We actually did go ahead and make the call with the direction from Governor Gavin Newsom and the Department of Public Health in California to cancel all non-essential trips, field trips, and events that our schools may be involved with.
At this time, neither district plans to close campuses, but if that were to happen, the districts advise parents not to be concerned about where their child will eat during a closure.
Well, it's not just schools facing the threat of closure. Many events here in Kern County are being postponed and even canceled because of the coronavirus concerns. Well, here are a few big events. Just announced this morning, events scheduled for tomorrow at Bakersfield Speedway are postponed. Bakersfield Speedway says it will continue to monitor the status of all upcoming events and for the rest of March on a weekly basis and post updates. The Sportsman's Boat and RV Show announced it will delay its opening. It's set to begin May 15th. We've also learned New Life Church is closing its campuses. Church staff members say they will still do a service but stream it on their social media platforms. And honor flights to Washington, D.C. have been postponed through April, but the honor flights breakfasts will go on as scheduled. The U.S. Capitol has also suspended tours for the time being, and the Wind Wolves Spring Nature Festival has been canceled.
Well, it won't be the happiest place on earth for a few weeks. Today is the last day Disneyland and Disney's California Adventure will be open for the rest of the month. The parks will be closed starting tomorrow. The decision came after Governor Newsom recommended canceling all gatherings of 250 people or more. Disneyland Resort hotels will stay open until Monday to accommodate guests who need to make other arrangements. And downtown Disney will remain open. As of now, the parks are set to reopen for Kern County spring break, but that could change. It's only the fourth time Disneyland has closed since opening in 1955. The other closures happened when President Kennedy was assassinated, the Northridge earthquake in 1994, and 9/11. This week, this new two-week closure will be the longest in the theme park's 65-year history. Disney's theme parks in Shanghai and Hong Kong were closed earlier this year due to the outbreak. Disney also announced plans to close Walt Disney World in Florida. And Universal Studios is following suit, shutting down its park at Universal City. Officials say the closure starts tomorrow and will stay shut down until at least March 28th. That's 2 weeks. And they will continue to evaluate the situation. The City Walk will remain open. New delays and cancellations are added minute by minute, and we are working around the clock to find out what other events might be impacted. Anytime we learn something new, we'll add it to a list on our website, kget.com. You can find that list anytime by clicking the red ticker on the top of the page.
Well, on our Health Watch, we want to make sure everyone knows the actual symptoms of COVID-19. We put together this graphic so you can tell the difference from the disease and the seasonal flu and allergies. People with COVID-19 have a dry cough, shortness of breath, a fever, and experience fatigue. The flu has similar symptoms, but you'll also have a runny nose, your body aches, and you could have headaches and a sore throat. The virus has almost no similar symptoms to common allergies. You have itchy eyes, congestion, sneezing, a runny nose, and a different cough.
And health experts across the board say basic hygiene can keep any harmful virus at bay. Wash your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. That's what they recommend. That's about the same time it takes to sing Happy Birthday twice. You can also sing the ABCs. If you're not able to wash your hands, use hand sanitizer and really rub it in. And if you're sick, do not cough or sneeze into your hands. Cough into a tissue and throw it away. And of course, if you're sick, stay home.
Well, fears about the coronavirus are impacting everything from travel and school, even how much toilet paper you can buy at the store.
But what does an outbreak of the COVID-19 mean for law enforcement? The safety steps departments in Kern County are taking, we'll explain coming up after this.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News with Maddie Jansen, Alex Fisher, and Kevin Charette with your Pinpoint Doppler forecast. This is 17 News at Sunrise.
Welcome back. There are still no confirmed cases of the coronavirus here in Kern County, but the city of Bakersfield announced steps it is taking to reduce possible exposure to COVID-19. Non-essential city-hosted meetings scheduled through March 31st are postponed until further notice. The city council will have abbreviated meetings with people encouraged to submit comments online. No special events will be allowed at city parks through the end of the month. Also, community centers and pools will be closed. Parks and Recs programs through the end of the month are also canceled, with the exception of after-school meal programs at the MLK Community Center. The County of Kern is canceling all non-essential events of 250 or more people at county-owned parks and facilities, at least through the end of the month.
And local law enforcement is also taking action to keep its officers safe. 17's Karen has the details.
We have no confirmed cases of COVID-19 here in Kern County, and we have no detected community spread at this time.
But out of concern and caution, the sheriff's office will no longer respond to non-emergency calls in person.
The deputies will still respond to the area and still circulate. We're just going to try and avoid as much one-on-one contact as we can.
For incidences that are not life-threatening, KCSO will just take phone reports.
When you call that 911 number with the emergency, we want to have somebody to respond. And if we start losing employees to this virus, it's going to really limit our ability to do that.
Sheriff Youngblood says he's not worried about an increase in nonviolent crimes.
We still will respond to that 911 call that requires immediate response, and we know that those are going to still come. And we do know that there is a hazard of contracting the virus on those type of calls.
So what if the virus does hit and there's a staffing issue?
In case we have a substation that gets the virus and goes down, we worked out a plan where Arvin PD could handle calls for the sheriff in Arvin Lamont, and vice versa. We could do the same for them if they have the same issue.
This is something KCSO has never done before, but it takes effect immediately, expected to last until further notice. Delano Police is following suit.
Other counties are doing things that are very similar to what we're doing.
The county is also going to stop allowing visitation in its jails, instead switching to video visitation.
So I don't want to encourage anyone to not make an arrest when it needs to be made, but if you can cite and release someone, don't bring them to the jail. Let's minimize that intake. We're trying to get to a point when someone is arrested and they come to the jail that we can pre-screen them.
Karen Hua, 17 News.
KCSO and other departments are also canceling all community events at least through the end of March. And just this morning, Delano PD says it will also cancel all police-related community events. Officers will also only respond to life-threatening calls.
The city of McFarland has a new mayor. Councilwoman Sally Gonzalez was appointed mayor by her fellow council members during the meeting last night. Gonzalez succeeds Manuel Cantu, who abruptly resigned last month. Gonzalez talked with 17 News about her first order as business.
Basically, just get with my city fellow council members and, my council members, should I say, and see what directive we can go as far as all these situations that we have to deal with.
Gonzalez will serve as mayor until November 2022. The vacant council position is expected to be filled at the next meeting.
And a beloved teacher at Foothill High School has died. School officials say art teacher Laura Gillarducci suffered a heart attack and stroke and died in the hospital on Sunday. She had been working as a teacher for 45 years, 30 of them spent at Foothill. There's no word yet on a funeral or memorial service. Well, look ahead. Bakersfield Animal Control is holding a low-cost vaccination, licensing, and microchip clinic this weekend. Vaccine costs are reduced, but all licensing fees are regular price. Plus, microchips are free to all city licensed dogs. It's happening this Saturday. The clinic will run from 9 a.m. to noon at Field Park. For more information and pricing, you can call the Animal Control office at 326-3436.
All right, your time now is 5:24, and a lot of people are concerned over Tom Hanks' diagnosis of the coronavirus, and a lot of people are asking this morning how he's doing.
Well, the message he shared with fans after testing positive for the coronavirus.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
Welcome back. Nearly 1 in 3 families in the U.S. did not seek medical care during the past year because of the cost. That's according to a new report by Bankrate.com. The care included everything from doctor visits, medication, vaccinations, annual exams, and eye exams. Bankrate says the results come at a time when access to health care is critically important for the mitigation of coronavirus. American Airlines will continue to operate flights to and from Europe for up to 7 days to ensure Americans can return to the U.S. This all comes after President Trump announced those travel restrictions to the continent to try and curb the spread of COVID-19. In addition, American says it is further reducing the number of international flights. Transatlantic flights will be reduced by 50% next month. Service to Argentina is also being suspended. Starting on Sunday, Delta will fly a significantly reduced U.S. to Europe schedule. It is also suspending 7 European routes after they return to the U.S. today. The airline says it will make additional changes subject to customer demand. Starbucks is taking steps to keep its stores clean and safe as the coronavirus outbreak worsens. Starbucks CEO Kevin Johnson announced the company may only keep its drive-thrus open as a way to protect employees. The coffee chain is also prepared to restrict ordering to the app for pickup or delivery. And as a last resort, Starbucks may temporarily close stores, they say. In the meantime, locations may limit seating to inside stores to encourage social distancing. Starbucks put many of these measures in place in China, the epicenter of the outbreak. Nicole?
Well, coming up in the next half hour of Sunrise, the government is continuing to find ways to help the American people prepare for a pandemic. The latest from Washington when we come back.